Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Teflon. I at it again with another video. In this video, I will show proof that Donald Trump and his enablers will either be imprisoned for many years or executed. The media will normalize the persecution of Trump and his supporters. After Trump and his supporters, after they persecute Trump, his family, and all of his enablers, they're gonna come for Christians, the rich, the poor, the working class, students, kids, the elderly, the unborn. It's all part of their depopulation agenda. And like I said, the media, with its propaganda, is the biggest enabler. We'll see here. We have Ebro, who's a radio show talk host. Ebro on Hot 97 in New York City has a message for rappers supporting Trump.
Right now, boy, busting at the seams. I tell you, Laura Stiles, Rosenberg. Laura, you said Double XL did a list of all the rappers supporting Trump.
Yes.
That have shown public support for Trump. Because trust me, y'all.
They did a Double XL, which is a hip hop magazine, did a list of all of the rappers supporting Donald Trump. What is that? They made a hit list. They made a hit list of all the people that support Trump. Why do you have to make a list for? Let's make a list of all the people that supported Biden. Right?
There's more.
Privately.
Yeah.
And they only thinking about their bank account. And I want to hit you with the button. Congratulations, you played yourself. These rappers for years, they get on their albums and they tell you all they care about is the bag. Don't feel some type of way when they jump out and support a candidate that's only benefiting their bank account. Please don't act surprised. These rappers ain't worried about white supremacy. They don't give a damn.
Yeah,
They don't give a damn about none of that.
They don't
But
even
you're a
care
communist.
about COVID.
No, they don't
And they
care
think the
about
economy is
COVID.
going to continue to be good for 4 years, even with this COVID going.
What is COVID? What are you talking about?
No, it's gonna be because you're a
They care about
terrorist.
money. That's it. Run down the list, Laura.
The hit list.
All right. Well, we all know Kanye,
Yep.
right? There's
Yeah.
Kanye. There's 50 Cent, who recently came out and didn't like the proposed tax plan that Joe
And
Biden
we still think 50's trolling, but it's possible.
doesn't matter, though. But
It
the thing
makes
is-
I don't
sense.
If
It
you're
makes
trolling
sense.
or not, if you're telling people at this
That's
point
right.
on your social media, vote for him, this would be a great example of, hey, you play too much. This isn't time to play.
He straight up
But
said,
who
vote
are
for
you?
Trump.
Who are you? Who are you to say this? Who are you to tell us who to vote for? Who voted for you? Who made you the spokesperson? Rosenberg? Ebro? Laura? Who voted for you guys to dictate who should we vote for? Right? And if that's the wrong candidate, you're gonna put us on a list to humiliate us? No. That's a hit list to imprison us or to execute us.
And he hasn't
He's
retracted
all
it, so that's his
trolling,
vibe.
like,
Yep.
Whatever.
Has he retracted it? That's his vibe.
No.
Oh, retract.
No.
Well, I gotta
So
retract
boom.
anything for
But
you.
that doesn't surprise me.
According to Double XL, again, they're the ones who put out the story. They're saying Black Boy JB told his Twitter followers back in March that he likes Trump. He said, quote, "I'm starting to like Trump, no cap. Dude is too gangsta."
Yeah, I was thinking for a long time. I remember as this election was approaching, I kept thinking, I wonder where Block Boy JB is.
I always think, what does Rosenberg do for the black community other than spew propaganda and hatefulness and racial division? What do you do, Rosenberg?
You know, we've heard from a lot of voices, but at the same time, where is Block Boy JB on this subject?
The same place you're at, stupid
Okay,
dickhead.
so and then let me see. Fabio Foreign. He thinks people rocking the red MAGA hat, the "Make America Great Again," is hip hop.
Y'all trashy.
No cap.
Y'all have
He's
nothing to
about
talk
that.
about. That's what y'all talking about.
Yes.
I like Fivey. He's a good kid. We might need to sit down and have a talk about what hip hop is. We need to have a hip hop conversation.
Fabio Foreign is from the streets, man. He only thinking about the bag, bro. That's it. And by the way,
what are you thinking
I know
about?
50. I know 5e. Cool. I don't want to be like them.
Oh, and he definitely said, I'm not going against Trump. Whoever wears the MAGA
because
hats,
they're not
wear
a
your hats,
communist.
go viral, do it.
They're not terrorists like you. You're a terrorist.
That's all.
They don't spew
That's all
propaganda.
Fabi cares about. Like I said, we can all. I can see these individuals and be like, cool, salute, but I can also tell you, I don't ever want to be anything like you.
You know why? You know why he doesn't want to be like them? Because he already know what's coming. They're already on a hit list, right? They're already on a hit list. He already knows the future for these people that have supported Trump. Don't want to be nothing like them. Don't want to be nothing like them. Don't want to be in your shoes because where you're going, Ebro already knows. Ebro is a terrorist. He is a communist. All he does is spew propaganda. Racial division on the radio all day. Who voted for Ebro? Who voted for this guy to tell us who to vote for?
I don't want to be like 50. I don't want to be like 5e.
Your priorities
Black Boy
are different.
JB, I've never met you, sir. I have a feeling I don't want to be like you either.
What about Waka Flocka?
Waka, known you a long time. Don't want to be like you, sir. Nothing like you. And so the interesting, and Kanye West, don't want to be like you either.
We don't want to be like you.
Don't want to be aligned with you in any way.
You fucking racist. You a communist.
Do these guys even vote? We don't know, fam.
You are a Nazi.
Laura, has Sosa Geek made an endorsement yet? Because I've been waiting to know where Sosa Geek leans on this.
I don't know, okay?
All right, I'm
The
gonna
same
maybe
place
find out.
you stay on it, Dick.
These individuals, they make great music.
They're normalizing there's a
Often
persecution.
we allow people who play a sport well or make great music to influence
or host talk shows like Ebro.
like real life decisions. Influencers. Like how does that even make sense?
Right. We let people like you influence us.
Well, that's why
On the
50's
radio
really-
all day
really-
spewing propaganda. We let people like you influence us, loser. You heard him?
To influence but often we allow people who play a sport well or make great music to influence like real life decisions. Influencers. Like how does that even make sense?
What are you doing right now?
Well, that's why 50 is the real.
What are you doing right now? You're spewing propaganda, right? You're spewing racial division, right? You're spewing political division. You're influencing. That's what you're doing, Ebro. You're the biggest racist I know.
Really annoying one because 50 is obviously a very, very smart, aware, everything dude. He's a brilliant guy. This is him trolling right now. And
If
just
he's
having
trolling, he
fun.
may not be trolling. I went to his Instagram. There was multiple posts about him talking about 62%. And I'm packing my bags, and if
You're
this
just
is
being
real,
openly greedy. You have millions and millions and millions.
well, he
of
does.
dollars.
I don't think he even knows how much taxes he pays right now.
Right,
be honest with you.
he's closer to that number than he realized.
Yes,
So you
because
already
the
know
62%, the 62% is not based on income. That number is based on combining income tax and capital gains tax, and you're getting taxed in two separate places. Now, you're still getting taxed, The same way you still get taxed on sales tax. And that also doesn't include property tax and any other taxes you pay. Your income tax isn't the only tax you pay every year.
Right, but you're getting taxed double. You just said it. Who wants to get taxed double?
Because maybe some people don't realize that.
Over here, man. We're off with these people talking political nonsense. Here we're going to go to another Hot 97 video. I'm just proving how they're normalizing the persecution of Trump and his supporters. We're going to lead up to something here. Here's their reaction to Lil Wayne's endorsement of Donald Trump and the Platinum Plan.
Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Mind you, they already have a hit list of the people who support Donald Trump. Okay? If you voted for Donald Trump, you're on the list. If you supported him, do you see on YouTube those little ads talking about, do you support Donald Trump? Click here. Do you support Joe Biden? Click here. You don't see those things anymore, right? They were keeping track of people who voted for Trump, who are Trump supporters, and people who are Biden supporters. YouTube and Google, all that people, they keep track of all that shit. They have people on the list. So when it's time to cull all these Trump supporters, they already know who is a Trump supporter and who's a Biden supporter, who's what and what.
Yesterday, a photo of Lil Wayne and Donald Trump, and a tweet from Lil Wayne basically saying he sat with Donald Trump and he likes his plans.
Let's read it.
Platinum Plan is great, and he's going to keep his promises.
Just had a great meeting with @RealDonaldTrump @POTUS. By the way, no chance Lil Wayne knows the thing @POTUS. So I'm curious about who wrote this.
Why are you starting conspiracy? You see, the media are the biggest spreaders of conspiracy. I doubt that Lil Wayne knows Scoutess, so I'm curious of who wrote this. Why are you spewing conspiracies for? How do you know that? How do you know Lil Wayne's level of Instagram or Twitter intelligence? Who the fuck are you? Fucking weirdo.
Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done.
You're a liar.
No, Lil Wayne's not a liar.
Losers.
Well, possibly.
See, he's not a liar.
Check.
He's not lying. His tweet is not lying. He knows. Ebro knows what Lil Wayne tweeted is correct.
I believe that.
He's a loser because he's going against your political rival, right? Because you prefer Biden and his communist tactics because you're a communist. You understand?
Now, we all know that Lil Wayne's had some tax issues. All right? We all know that Lil Wayne, as far as looking over paperwork, he's had some issues in the past looking over his own paperwork, which is why him and Baby was going into it. So I don't know if y'all trust the heat.
I don't know why you bringing that in. That's personal. That's personal. Whatever happened between him and Baby is personal. That's why the paperwork is funny. You feel me? Because they've been had a relationship way before this. So when you're cool with somebody from the mud, paperwork gets skipped because the relationship is beyond paperwork. All right? So don't stop building and making conspiracies. These people are the biggest conspiracy theorists.
Was able to read this Platinum Plan and understand it, but all right, we'll play along. I'm more entertained by who thinks that a man who lied as much as Donald Trump in his last term in the White House is going to keep any promise he actually made.
Oh, look at my African-American over here. Look at him.
Apparently, Lil Wayne.
In his last term?
All right, but what about Biden?
No, he's got nothing to lose.
What about Biden?
You think he cares?
What promises? Does Biden care?
That's the biggest
Do you care?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because I wasn't shocked nor surprised. I mean, we listen to these rappers' music. It is about drugs.
That you promote all day.
And all type of debauchery.
Right, that you promote all day long. Yeah, that you promote all day long.
Of course they align with somebody else who's about debauchery.
You.
And shenanigans.
Like you. Like y'all.
Of course, and money.
Ain't you?
I mean, Lil Wayne is the same person who did come out and publicly say he didn't care about or support Black Lives Matter.
Right. So what are y'all? Why are y'all?
So here's the thing.
To the internet.
Because of the
before I get to
founders,
Rosenberg.
communists.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Communists have founded Black Lives Matter. If you know the reality, if you know the founders and what they believe in, their Marxist ideology, they're communists. That's why. So what? If I don't support Black Lives Matter, what that makes me? That makes me an enemy? I gotta go on a hit list? Yeah.
For sure. And I just want to say, if you're keeping score at home, Kanye West, Gunplay, Waka Flocka, Lil Wayne, Fabio Foreign,
Losers.
Ice Cube.
Well, he didn't endorse Lil Wayne.
Didn't endorse.
Didn't
You're right. Correct.
Endorse. He was like, he absolutely was like,
50
absolutely,
did.
I don't. 50 retracted.
Oh, 50 retracted.
Oh,
by the
okay.
way,
And,
sorry.
and by the way, Lil Pump,
Oh, that's big.
Scott Baio,
Chachi?
He's been a Republican.
Kirstie Alley, Sam didn't even want your ass.
Sheesh.
All right, so
And a ton more that are not sane.
Yeah.
I'm probably
I'm
right.
just saying the public. I'm
Probably
saying the
right.
public joint.
But guys, I need to be clear. Lil Wayne stands alone at the top of the mountain.
Oh yeah?
This is by far, in my opinion, the worst one. He's in a category
In your opinion.
of his own. First of all, shouts out to Kanye West, who looks like a wonderful guy right now next to Lil Wayne. Did not give a full endorsement of Donald Trump. And furthermore, as much as I'm annoyed by Kanye West, and all of us are, I think we would all agree that in his own way, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, Kanye does care about stuff. His head is jumbled up, he has lots of crazy ideas, but he actually cares about stuff. I just don't agree with or respect the way he goes about it.
I
I
don't respect the
firmly
way you
believe
go about your propaganda.
5 days before an election, in which people of color and more than anything, people of lower income brackets, the ones who supported Lil Wayne's career and his ability to be rich.
What do you know about people of color? You white bowl of rice. What do you know about white people of color, their struggle? And what do you know about poor people? You are on 3 radios. You're living better than all of your fucking callers. What do you know about struggling? Stop with your fraudulent propaganda, Rosenberg, fucking Jew.
Are vulnerable. 5 days before that, with an
The
active
biggest
pandemic.
supporters of Lil Wayne are not low-income bracket folks.
Yep.
They're white kids.
Facts.
I guess you're right. It's a mix.
Suburban white kids.
It's everybody.
Racist.
It's just
Shut up.
mathematically, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know you're right.
Mathematically,
Mathematically,
no.
dollars
You're
cents,
just
but radio
mathematically-
station
you're
listeners,
just mathematically
everything
a
else, he
racist.
reaches everybody, right?
Yep.
A lot of people supported him who are vulnerable. 5 days
First
before
thing you
the
come
election,
now, the biggest, Ebro is the biggest racist now. Lil Wayne's biggest supporters is white people. You're a fucking racist. Mathematically,
posts the
You're
picture
dumb.
next to the man and touts specifically how great he is on black issues. I believe that Lil Wayne was paid for this.
Right?
I-
Look at. I believe. Nigga, I believe I can fly. Okay. Whatever you believe is nonsense. What you do, you're spewing conspiracy. Because if you endorse somebody, what does that mean? Of course, there's a deal. There's no play for free. It's play for pay, right? So if I make a commercial with a bottle of Sprite talking about drink Sprite, it will quench your thirst, right? What do you think Sprite's gonna throw my way? They're gonna throw a bag my way. They're gonna give me a check, right? Because I'm endorsing. Why? Because I'm Lil Wayne, and I got a platform, and I got followers. And I could, you feel me? I could make a difference. But no one's talking about you endorsing Biden. Where's the list of people endorsing Biden? People who support Biden. Why do you have to make a list about Trump supporters? Right? Because what happens, what they're doing is They're going to normalize the persecution of Trump and his supporters and all his enablers. And then after that, they're going to normalize the persecution of Christians, of the rich, of people like you, Rosenberg. People like you, Ebro. Because we know what you're doing now. We know you're the ones, and don't try to hide it. You're going to come after assets. You're going to come after the working class and destroy that. That's why you already have a bigger plan ahead.
I do not believe he read anything. I do not believe he wrote the statement. I believe this is
we
the
don't care if you
literal,
believe.
Fundamental definition.
You don't believe, so
of
that makes it
selling
what?
Taking money and selling it to people. I firmly believe, and Ebro, you could try to convince me otherwise if you disagree. Either tax break or you will get a check in the mail. Lil Wayne was paid to do this.
But that's a hard prediction or call or presumption or assumption.
Well, here's why I say the onus isn't on me. Someone else explain why otherwise. A man who's never cared about politics. A man who's never cared about anything. He's practically a nihilist. He doesn't care about anything.
I believe money is definitely
doesn't care about anything.
So,
Well, how do you know?
5
Conspiracy
days before
theorist.
the most important election, or very important election, whatever you want to say, he decides to endorse this man.
This guy's a loser. I swear. I listen to them just to see. It makes me sick actually listening to them, just to see how much propaganda that they're spewing. Here's Tucker Carlson, right? And he's talking about how the Democrats and the media want to lock up the opposition.
But first, you might have seen that 2 Michigan state legislators met with the president this afternoon at the White House. The topic of conversation apparently was election irregularities in that state, and it might not seem like a very big deal. Politicians coming to Washington to talk to the head of their party. It's pretty conventional. It happens a lot. What you didn't know is that it's now a felony. A guy called Richard Primus wrote a piece for the liberal blog Politico, arguing that the Republican legislators should be prosecuted for their visit to the White House. Primus claims to have authority on legal questions. He says he works at the University of Michigan's law school. According to Professor Primus, these 2 lawmakers are, quote, being visibly invited to a meeting where the likely agenda involves the felony of attempting to bribe a public official.
The likely agenda. A conspiracy theory. It's the media. The media are the biggest spewers of conspiracies. It's not us. That's their job. Their job is to make conspiracies, to make theories.
Visibly invited? What does that mean? And how exactly would he know that bribes were offered in the White House? Well, of course, he wouldn't know, but it's not like Politico was going to fact-check a guy called Professor Primus, so they went with it. Whatever. It's a crime to talk to Trump. Everyone knows that.
It's a crime to talk to Trump. It's a crime to support Trump. It's a crime to vote for Trump. Do you understand what we're leading to here? Do you understand how massive this is going to get and how ugly?
Article of faith at MSNBC. The rest of us in America have been laboring under the illusion that the First Amendment still applies in this country. MSNBC's legal experts know better than that. Supporters of unpopular presidents deserve the lengthiest jail sentences possible, at least 20 years. They've read the fine print on that, and they've confirmed it. They went to Yale Law School. Yesterday, one of the channel's anchors, a Harvard graduate you should know, someone whose blog was once unfortunately hacked by racist time-traveling cyber hooligans, explained the legal standard to viewers.
As he remains holed up in the White House like an end-stage dictator, refusing to concede, and frankly, to just go away, dissolving into unreality while the Republican Party remains silent. And at this point, it's hard to argue with lifelong Republicans like Stuart Stevens, who are calling it sedition.
Sedition! Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. Sedition is punishable by decades in prison, possibly death. Get the scaffolds ready. In the considered legal opinion of an MSNBC anchor quoting an unemployed middle-aged political consultant, that's what we could be looking at here. Meanwhile, Democrats in Congress are suggesting the death penalty is on the table. Bill Pascrell, a representative from New Jersey, tweeted this, quote, "Tonight I'm calling for the eventual prosecution of Donald Trump and his enablers for their many crimes against the United States."
You hear that? That's how it's going to start. That's how the purge is going to start. It's going to start with Trump. The same way the Bolsheviks murdered the Romanovs. They're gonna persecute Donald Trump and his family. Donald Trump and all the Trumpers. They're gonna do it slowly but surely. We're gonna purge them all. And the media is gonna normalize it, so everybody's gonna be like, yeah, because everybody hates Donald Trump, right? They're gonna be like, yeah, fuck them all, fuck all those Trumpers, yeah, kill them all. The media is gonna be complicit in all that. They love brainwashing the people. The people think it's gonna be normal. And then now they're making laws? Yeah.
Traitors will swing. Keep in mind that Bill Pascrell is a former mayor of a town in northern New Jersey. In northern New Jersey. But he's very upset about the idea of corruption in politics. The New Jersey mayor's shocked. So much for democratic norms and the peaceful transitions of power they spent 4 years lecturing us about. There will be none of that. They think they won, now they want blood.
Right.
And by the way, Joe Biden hasn't spoken up against any of this. Apparently he agrees with it. Kamala obviously does. What is this? Well, it's ugly and it's bad. It's also dangerous, far more dangerous than anything Rudy Giuliani could do in 1,000 press conferences. You'll notice that Giuliani has not called for the White House to round up and imprison its political opponents. He never will call for that. Republicans generally don't call for that. In fact, they never do. Republicans are fascists, the New York Times tells us. What a hack newspaper. But who's eager to shoot the prisoners? It's not right-wingers. It's the other side. And it always is the other side. Always. We've seen it from...
You see that? So now here we have Charlemagne on his radio show called The Breakfast Club in the morning show. And he's another communist spewing propaganda all day. The other DJ Enough and Angela Yee, they hardly say anything. The only person spewing propaganda and spewing hatred and ideology is Charlemagne. So here, we're talking about Lil Wayne gets hit with federal gun charges. After, mind you, he supported Trump like around October. October 30th was when that video was aired. Now, Lil Wayne, after supporting Donald Trump, right, after endorsing him, he's being charged with federal gun possession.
Is it problematic? All right. Now, Lil Wayne has been charged with possession of firearm by the feds, and he could face serious prison time if he is convicted. So they have charged him with 1 count of possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. And if you guys remember, he did go to jail here in New York back in 2009.
So what was this stemming from? What happened?
This is on his plane.
It was an incident that happened last year in December. They searched his plane in Miami, and he was a passenger. They were making a stop in Florida on the way to California, and they said he was cleared to leave even though guns and drugs were reportedly found on the plane. Now they believe that he was wrongfully in possession of a weapon and ammunition.
Now they believe that he was the one. After last year, they let him go because somebody else took the rap for it, right? Nah. Since he is a Trump supporter, right? Since he endorsed Trump, hold on. He was the one. We believe he was the one in possession of all that. You see how they catch you now? That list that XXL put together is a hit list of all of the people that they're going to rub off, either in jail or they're going to execute. You don't believe me?
You know what's crazy? Somebody on the Democratic side, when Lil Wayne took that picture with Trump, that was their reasoning for him taking that picture. They was like, he's got a Fed case, and they told him that if he doesn't take this picture with Trump, then they're going to hit him with charges, yada, yada, yada. And so yesterday, the person sent me that story, and I replied back to them. I said,
He took the picture.
You do realize he took the picture and he still got charged. So this makes your theory null and void. And it was like, oh, I thought it was state charges. My bad. Like, no, it's federal.
No, it wasn't that, dickhead. It was as soon as that he came out as a Trump enabler, right? As a Trump supporter. They believed, right? They switched it up. No, hold on. We believe he was the one. That's what happened. People is gonna get really, really scary. If you don't see what's going on, I try to put all these videos together to give you insight of how these people, especially the media, how the media works with their propaganda. So taking a picture with Biden, I don't support nobody. I don't even believe in politics. But taking a picture with Biden is okay. What happened to all the Black Lives Matter protests? What happened to all the Black Lives Matter protests?
Registered if the system hadn't crashed. And investigations into the Black Lives Matter organization has revealed links to groups that are pro-communist China. In an interview with the host of Crossroads, an expert on these groups broke down this red network that he says is behind the riots that followed.
What happened to the riots? What happened to Black Lives Matter don't matter no more? What happened? Where's everybody at? Where's all the protesters? What's going on? Black Lives Matter is a communist group. The communist group was funding Black Lives Matter. It's two organizations. Who funds Biden? China. What happened to the protests? Biden won. So it was the Democrats behind all this. Protesting and rioting and all this stuff. It wasn't Trump supporters. Because if Trump would have won, then the Democrats would have rioted even harder. Since they already announced that Biden won, they don't have to riot anymore. And what happened to the Republicans? Why they're not rioting? Because they believe the election was stolen from them. Why they're not rioting? What's going on? You see the ones that were really rioting and burning down everything were Democrats.
The death of George Floyd.
A network of groups that are pro-communist China are behind most of the U.S. riots that followed the death of George Floyd. That's according to investigative journalist and Epoch Times contributor Trevor Loudon, an expert on radical left Marxist movements and their influence on mainstream politics. In an interview with the host of Crossroads, he went over this red network that's tied to the founders of the Black Lives Matter organization.
Well, most of the rioting is actually being organized by two pro-Chinese communist parties. The Freedom Road Socialist Organization, based out of Minneapolis, and Liberation Road, which is the parent body of Black Lives Matter, which is based in the Bay Area and has very close ties to the Chinese consulate there and the Chinese Progressive Association. So you've really got to think this is basically a Chinese-directed movement.
According to its website, the Freedom Road Socialist Organization is a Marxist pro-China group. Loudon says they're in close contact with the Chinese Communist Party and follows its propaganda. The journalist produced a video that includes a podcast showing Jess Sundin, a member of this organization, admitting that she was the main organizer of the riots in Minneapolis, and the joy she felt when she saw a police precinct burned down. Then there's Liberation Road, which Loudon says several of its supporters live in China and support the CCP line.
So Liberation Road is the parent body of Black Lives Matter. Liberation Road are the people who burned Ferguson, Missouri to the ground in 2014. And Liberation Road, Alicia Garza, Patrice Kaluas, and Opal Tometi, the three founders of Black Lives Matter, are all directly affiliated to Liberation Road.
Loudon says this Maoist communist group controls the Chinese Progressive Association in Boston and San Francisco.
Miguel Moreno, NTD News.
Do you see? Do you see the reality of everything? No more riots. Because the person that the communists wanted in power is in power now. No need to riot. But if Trump would have won, right, the riots would have been crazier than what they were. They would have burnt down everything. And that's their purpose, is to destroy, to kill, to vandalize, to cull, especially history. Knocking down statues, knocking down and embarrassing and burning down precincts, embarrassing the police. That's how they start. That's how they started in Russia. That's how the Bolsheviks started in Russia. Like I said, Trump and his enablers, Trump and his supporters will either be imprisoned for a long time for many, many years, or executed. The media, with its propaganda, with its communistic Marx propaganda, will normalize Trump persecution. There'll be people foaming out the mouth. Yeah, kill them all. Kill all those Trumpers. Yeah, they destroyed America. The media will convince the people that Trump really is to blame for all of this. That Trump is the one that caused the virus, that caused the lockdowns, that caused the famine. And after they normalize the persecution of Trump and his supporters, they're going to come for the Christians. They're going to come for the working folks. They're going to come for the homeless, the elderly, the students, the kids, the babies. Can't you see what's going on? Try to put 3 videos together so you can grasp an idea of what's going on. How it's just not going to be Trump and his supporters. It's not going to stop there.